mess your blessing up. They can stop your blessing up. They can thwart your blessing. Say, I'm expecting. Can't hear you. I'm expecting a miracle. If you believe that, put your hands together and clap and give God some praise. Give him the praise. Come on and give it up for my wonderful wife who opened up this service and bring this word to you. And we're still talking about releasing the blessing. If you believe God is going to release a blessing with your name on it, come on and shout right now. See, because some of you, as quiet as a kept, you need a miracle. Some of you, as quiet as a kept, you need a financial miracle. I'm just going to keep it real, and I'm going to say it again, a disclaimer. I'm not trying to preach a prosperity message, but one thing I can attest to today, if God's people need anything, they need some money to help them get the job done. We've been preaching on this. This is going to make the third Sunday. And I'm going to just give y'all a little small testimony. After we've been preaching these sermons, my wife got 2 unexpected checks. I believe it was 2 or 3 from Capital One, right? Yeah, and I got my 3 checks. I ain't told about those checks, but I paid the bills with those checks. So let me tell you something. You can't stop what's going on over here in this house. We just trying to make sure y'all get some of it. And if you don't want nothing too bad for you, we'll just keep getting it all. I ain't greedy, but guess what? I'm not going to turn it down. So we're talking about releasing the blessing. I hope you're excited and you're charged to receive. See, you got to be in a position to receive. See, some of you, all you want to do is shout, fall, and roll out, but you don't put yourself in a position to receive. Watch this. Go to the book of I'm going to talk to you about releasing the blessing and money. Who needs some money? And my wife opened up with the scripture, beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prosper. Let me hit you with that again. Beloved, I believe above all things, Jesus is saying, I believe, I wish, I want for you more than anything that you prosper. What does the word prosper mean? It means that not only he wants you to be financially fit or financially able or have all the finances that you need, but he wants you to also be able to thrive and be in good health so you can have some enjoyment with the blessings I'm about to release upon you. You don't want to be sick and have this blessing released upon you, because now you have a blessing, you have a sick body, and you can't enjoy anything. So he said, I want you to be prosperous, and I want you to be healthy. But guess what? But I want your soul to prosper also. Even as your soul prospers. See, he didn't leave that soul. He wants that soul to prosper also. So watch this. Go with me to the book of Matthew chapter 17. I have it all marked here. Let me go there. Matthew 17. And we're talking about finances, releasing the finances, releasing money, releasing the ability to get wealth. And as you're flipping there, I want you to know that God is in the business of supplying something called miracle money. Say with me, miracle money. Can't hear you. Say miracle money. Who needs some miracle money? So miracle money can come to you in different ways. It can come to you wages. You get paid. You have money that you work for. You have money that you inherited. I talked about the inheritance last Sunday, didn't I? And then you have money that comes money. Say miracle money. Miracle money is a special type of money that God, watch this, miraculous, out of nowhere, supplies to his children. Do you believe that? Look at somebody and say, I'm standing in need of miracle money. I'm waiting on my blessing. And I'm waiting for God to release my miracle money. Go to that chapter. And it says in Matthew chapter 17, let's start reading at verse 24. I want you to get a good understanding of this. Verse 24. And it says,
And when they were come to Capernaum, they received tribute money came to Peter.
They received tribute, what's that word? Money came to Peter. Now, the word tribute in this text gives us the connotation that this was like tax money, right? Keep reading. Does not
your master pay tribute?
So they were asking Peter, does your master Jesus pay his taxes? In other words, does Jesus pay his bills? Keep reading, verse 25.
He said, yes. And when he was come into the house, Jesus prevented him, saying, what thinkest thou, Simon? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom?
Yes.
Tribute? Of their own children or of strangers? And Peter said unto him, of strangers.
Of strangers. So Jesus was just having a conversation, basically asking Peter, well, what do you believe? Let me paraphrase it. You may have a seat. And so he said in verse 26, Peter said
unto him, of strangers. Jesus said unto him, then are the children free.
27, notwithstanding,
lest we should offend them, go thou to the sea.
Now watch this. Here comes the miracle. Jesus is giving Simon Peter some instructions. And as Simon Peter follows the instructions, the miracle money is going to just show up. Read for me.
And cast a hook, and take the fish that first cometh up.
Yes.
And when thou hast opened his mouth,
yes,
thou shalt find a piece of money. And that take and give unto them for me and thee.
God just performed a miracle out of nowhere. They came and asked Simon Peter, does your master Jesus pay his bills? Does he pay his taxes? They didn't have the money physically on them. Like some of y'all, you don't have the money. You don't have the wherewithal to pay all your bills. But God will come to you and give you clear instructions. And as you follow his instructions, that miracle money that you need, that you're waiting on, that miracle money that you need to pay your bills, if you follow his instructions to the T. Look at somebody and say, you got to follow his instructions. God will tell you what to do. And he will release that money unto you. Or he will call somebody who is holding it to release it. I've done it many times, y'all. Don't tell me God is not a miracle working God. Don't tell me God cannot perform miracles. Don't tell me God does not have the ability to bless and release to his people the finances that they need to get the job done, to take care of your bills, to take care of your needs. God still is a miracle working God. Who believes that today? He's still a miracle working God. See some of you sitting out there right now, as quiet as it kept, you in the need of a miracle. miracle that you need, you can't even stop it. Whoever heard about going to the sea and finding money in a fish's mouth? That right there is a miracle. What am I getting out of that text? You all better hear me loud and clear. God will have your blessing hiding in some unexpected place. You need to hear this preacher today. He would have somebody bless you, watch this, who you thought didn't have no money. You looking at them, judging them just because how they dress. They may not dress as nice as you, but guess what? They sitting on some money. I ran into that too. You don't look at folks and just judge them. Because a lot of rich folks, guess what? They don't dress. They wear a pair of jeans and a t-shirt and they'll repeat. But some of us want to buy everything. And broke. Oh, you know, but let me tell you something. God is a miracle working God. And exactly what he did for Simon Peter in this text right here. And created, say with me, created a miracle, a financial miracle that took care of their bills, their taxes. Let me tell you something. Who has bills that need to be paid? And you don't know where the money is going to come from to pay that bill. Let's raise our hands. Don't lie. I ain't trying to embarrass nobody. That should be some of everybody up in here. Let me tell you something. Let me preach just to y'all. God can pay those bills. Y'all believe me today? God can pay those bills. And guess what I just heard him say? He said, I'm going to send some people to help you pay those bills. See, God does it just like that. You start talking around folks saying, you got this bill to pay, you got that bill to pay. God will touch their hearts. And when you look there calling you saying, come over here. What I'm coming over here for? Yeah, just come on over here. Come on over here. And you go in obedience. And when you show up in obedience, that's when God decides to release. That's when he decides to release the blessing. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. She got three checks, unexpected checks. And she came, brought them to me and let me see. I got me like 3 too. And I paid my bills with them. I don't know what she did with her, but I paid some bills. Last week. That's why I'm showing you all this. Sometimes when you don't know where it's coming from, hold on to, I'm preaching to you, because I know some of your situation. God will show up. He will give you that miracle, but you got to give him his praise. He wants his praise. He wants you to open up your mouth and tell folks what God did for you. He wants you to open up your mouth and tell your family, y'all remember I had this situation going. Look at what God has done for me. He's a miracle working God. Let me show you something else. And so we talked about miracle money. Go here. Go here. Read that latter part. And he opened up his mouth. Open his mouth and
thou shalt find a piece of money.
Yes.
That take and give unto them for me and thee.
Say, give it to them. Those bill collectors. Watch this. Watch this. Y'all miss that. For me and you. When God bless you with that mercy, y'all missing all of what I'm trying to help y'all with. But he that had an ear, let him hear what the Spirit is saying. God saying, I'm not just going to give you what you need to pay that bill. I'm going to give you more than enough so that you can help some. See, y'all up on your feet now because y'all didn't even get what the text was trying to say. I'm going to give you enough for you to pay somebody else's bill. For your thoughts are not my thoughts. and your ways are not my ways. As high as the heavens are above the earth, so are my thoughts higher than your thoughts, and so are my ways higher than your. You think God is just going to give you $500 to pay your rent when your rent is $500? God is saying, no, baby, I'm going to give you $500, and I may slip in another $1,000. See, y'all ain't ready today. Y'all still down here. I need y'all to come up. We're talking about miracles. Miracle is something that nobody but Jesus can perform. And he's going to do exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or what? Think. You thinking $500, but God saying, no, baby, I'm thinking about $3,000 right now. I think this is a little bit too much for y'all. I'm trying to preach to folks who have a financial deficit right now. See, and I'm not preaching a prosperity message because I'm looking out there and I can probably point at some of y'all who having a financial problem, but you ain't saying nothing, and that's okay. But I'm trying to get home to you to let you know God wants to give you a miracle. And see, you believe in God for this much, but God's saying, baby, no, I'm trying to bring you. Who receives that word? So watch this. And I'm going to bless you above all that you can ask or think according to the power that worketh in. Finish that. Y'all don't know the scripture. Thank you. Somebody knew it. All right. We're still talking about miracle money. We're still talking about God blessing his people. We're still talking about releasing the blessing. I'm not finished with that scripture, but I want you to see something else. How God still releases and gives miracles. You ready? Yes. Go to the book of 2 Kings. Come on, flip quick because we behind time. 2 Kings chapter 4. And we're going to begin looking at verse 1. And we're going to probably end up at verse 7. You should be there.
Now there cried a certain woman.
Yes.
Of the wives of the son, of the prophets unto Elisha.
Yes.
Thy servant, my husband, is dead.
Yes, so now we see that the widow's husband, she's saying how her husband is now dead. Keep reading. And
thou knowest that thy servant did fear the Lord.
Yes.
And the creditor
look at that.
Is come to take unto him my 2 sons to be bondmen.
So now we see that the widow, the woman, husband had died, and now she couldn't pay her bills. Y'all still with me? Yeah. We still talking about releasing the blessings. And so she said to the prophet, my husband is gone, and these creditors are come because I can't pay my bills, and they're going to take my 2 sons and make them bondsmen because I can't give them their money. You're with me? Yes. Keep reading.
And Elisha said unto her, What shall I do for thee?
So the prophet of God asked her, what do you want me to do for you? Or how can I help you? Or how can I make things better for you? Or how can I ease this pain for you? Or how can I bring a remedy or solution, watch this, to your problem? Keep reading. And
tell me, what hast thou in the house?
Yes, so he asked her, what do you have? Watch this. To help with this. Say, what you have? I see your problem. I understand what's going on. Watch this. But what do you have to offer towards the solution of your problem? Y'all with me? Keep reading.
And she said, Thy handmaid have not anything
Watch
in
this,
the
y'all.
house, save a pot of oil.
Stop right there. So she thought and she said, look, man, I really don't have nothing. All I got in my house is a pot of oil. That's all we need, baby. That's all we need. You got the oil. You have the anointing. God is with you. And as long as you have God, as long as you have the anointing, the oil of gladness, you have God, God can work that miracle. You all with me? You gotta have Jesus. You have to have him. So she said, I ain't got nothing but this little pot of oil right here. Let me just stop. Let me watch this. I'm coming back to that. Keep read.
Then he said, Go, borrow these vessels abroad of all thy neighbors, even empty vessels. Borrow not a few.
Look what he told him. He said, okay, you got some more? I tell you what. Go out in your neighborhood. Go to all your neighbors and gather up some vessels. Look now. Don't gather just a little bit. Get a whole lot. When God wants to bless us, he wants to bless us a whole lot. Sometimes we don't get the greater blessing, or we don't get a whole lot because we don't bring enough to God that he is requiring. Now the prophet told her, don't bring just a few. Y'all with me? Don't bring just a little bit. Go to all your neighbors, get as much as you can, and bring them back. He said, borrow not a few. He's trying to let you know, I'm going to go before God for you, and he's going to wrought this miracle, and this going to be a great miracle. Sometimes we limit God on what we bring to him. I'm setting you all up now. Keep reading.
And when thou art come in, thou shalt shut the door upon thee and upon thy sons, and shalt pour out into all these vessels, and thou shalt set aside that which is full.
Stop right there. And he told her, when you come back, come inside, close the door. Don't bring nobody in with you. When God is getting ready to wrought us a miracle, sometimes, a lot of times, we can't tell our friends what we are standing in the need of with God. We can't tell our friends we've been fasting and praying and believing God for this financial blessing. We just have to keep our mouths shut sometimes. Sometimes we got to keep things private, sometimes between us, God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, and let him do the miracle and let the people see the end result thereof. Why? Because everybody is not going to be happy for you. Everybody does not want to see you prosperous and in good health and your soul. You all don't have to say nothing in this prophet today. Everybody does not want to see God bring you out of a broken state. Everybody does not want to see God elevate you. Some people are comfortable and want to be your friend and will stay your friend as long as you keep crying broke mouth. You don't have enough. You can't get enough. And as long as you don't get above them, they are fine. But let me tell you something. All restrictions is off this brother right here. All restrictions for prosperity is off this couple right here. Y'all can have the restrictions on y'all. Y'all can keep telling folks what you believe in God for, what you're hoping God for, what you're trying to fast for. I advise you to keep your mouth shut, to shut your door. I don't care if it's your best friend. That's what makes the money all up right now, best friend. Get in here. Shut that door. Don't tell nobody nothing. When they get away from you and you shut your door, you be working your plan. And as God sees you working your plan, he can work the plan. I know this ain't a word for this church, but it's a word for somebody out there. Somebody out there is going to pick up this word and run with it and get their miracle. It may not be none of y'all in here, but I guarantee there's going to be somebody out there. Verse 5, and it says,
So she went from him and shut the door.
Oh, yes, she did.
Upon her and upon her son.
Yes.
Who brought the vessels to her, and she poured out.
Keep reading.
And it came to pass, when the vessels were full,
yes,
that she said to her son, Bring me yet a vessel.
So guess what? So we see she's now starting to run out of vessels, potentially. She told her sons, Bring me yet another vessel. And as long as she was pouring that oil, the vessels, God filled. I'm going to come back to that part. Watch this. Read for me. Verse 7, and it says,
Then she came and told the man of God.
There is not, you read from verse 6, the latter part, and he said unto her,
There is not a vessel more.
Right there. So she ran out of vessels. And the prophet told her, don't go get just a little bit. And if she had more vessels, watch this, y'all miss this. As long as she was pouring that oil, as long as that oil was being poured, that oil would not stop running. It stopped because she ran out of vessels. Sometimes you can limit your miracle. You can limit the amount God purposed to do for you because you didn't supply everything He asked you to supply. Keep reading. And the oil stayed.
Then she came and told the man of God.
Yeah.
And he said, Go, sell the oil, and pay thy debts, and live thou and thy children off of the rest.
Look at what he told her. She told the prophet said, Go pay your debt. Who's in debt today? If all y'all don't raise your hand, y'all lie. Because mine up, because I got a car note. That's a debt. All hands should be up in here, even children. Because some of your parents use your social security number, you gotta do all of it. Raise them hands, y'all in debt. And so God is saying, He told her, go pay your debt. Well, how are you going to pay your debt? You need money. And as long as that oil was being poured in those vessels God filled, she sold that oil. Prophet told her. And look what he said to her. Go sell the oil. And if she sells it, she's going to make the money that she needs to pay her debt. That was a miracle. She got some miracle money. But look what he said. And pay thy debt, and live thou and thy children off the rest. See, y'all missed that. She ain't had to work no more. Because all the money she collected was enough to pay her debt. And she had some left over that she could live off, her and her sons, her children. God, when He gives us a miracle, a financial miracle, it's never just enough to do what we wanted to do. It's never just enough to do what the bills want us to do. Just pay this bill, pay that, and be fit. No, He wants to give you enough so you can have more to do what He needs you to do. Don't forget, He's established His covenant with Abraham, and He said, this covenant that we have, when I give you this money, is for you to pay your debts, your bills, the creditors. But also remember the covenant that we have. God's talking to you. The covenant that I have with you. God is going to bless some of us with the finances where we don't have to work anymore. You don't have to work if you want to work. But he's going to set some of us up where you don't even have to work. I'm claiming that for me. So he told her, and he said unto her, go sell thou the oil and pay thy debt, and live thou and thy children off the rest. Now you tell me if that's not an overflow. You tell me if God gave her just what she needed. He gave her more than enough. Look at somebody and say, I want more than enough. Look at somebody and say, I'm expecting more than enough. Who's believing that today? Who's believing that today? That you're expecting more than enough, and that God, when he comes to release this miracle finances, this miracle money in your life, that is not going to be just what you need to pay 3 or 4 bills. That is going to pay all of your bills, and you're going to have more than enough remaining to do other things with. That's the way God operates. Who believes that today? Look at somebody and say, that's the way God operates. And let me tell you something about miracle money. Miracle money shows up when everything in your life is blocked up. You ain't gonna get it until everything is blocked up. See that lady, she didn't get it until everything was blocked up. Everything was blocked up. She had to go to the prophet. And the prophet had to do and work a miracle and beseech God for her, for God to release a miracle in her life. Everything was blocked up, stopped up till they came and got her 2 sons. Am I in the book? Simon Peter and Jesus, everything was blocked up. They wasn't even thinking about paying no taxes right then. They were busy doing other things. But Jesus said, come on, go to the sea and get that fish. Open up his mouth and you're going to find money. God is in the miracle working business. He is in the financial blessing business. And when everything is blocked up, stopped up, can't move, you in the right position. Look at somebody and say, you're in the right position to receive this miracle. That's the position God wants you to be in. He wants you to be in a position where you can't do nothing for yourself. He wants you to be in a position where when you try to do it for yourself, watch this, it didn't even work. Because you got to remember, I'm preaching to me and somebody in here, because I know I've been trying to do some things and it didn't work, and I have to wait on God. Because he's not going to let you get his glory. Because when the miracle comes, he wants to make certain that you open up your mouth and say, look what the Lord has done. He wants to make sure you give him his praise. He wants to make sure you give him his glory and his honor. When everything is blocked up, when everything is stopped up, I need you all to tell the truth now. Who am I preaching to? But let me tell y'all something. God's going to move for you. Those who raise their hand being honest. God is going to move for you. Blocked up, stopped up. Can't see nothing working. God said, I'm going to unblock, I'm going to unstop everything your enemies has done in the spiritual realm. Everything that the enemy has worked against you in the spiritual realm, and your eyes can't see it. God said, I'm going to unstop. I'm going to unblock. I'm going to lose everything that the enemy has worked against you in the spiritual realm, messing up your finances, messing up your money, messing up your health, messing up everything you're trying to do. God said, I got your back. Oh, give him some praise. He said, tell the people, I got your back. Exactly how I performed the miracle for Simon Peter. Exactly how I performed the miracle for the woman. I will perform you. And I hear him say, tell you, I will perform you a financial miracle. Thus said God. Praise him. Come on and praise him. Put your hands together and give God some praise. See, you don't understand this, and I'm closing right now. You don't understand this. When you're standing in need of a miracle, when you're believing God for a breakthrough, not only in your finances, but in your health, you got to realize that the devil heard your prayer. And you got to realize that the devil himself has demons who will fight you tooth and nail. You got to realize that the devil is not going to sit there and just let you get your miracle from God. For it is his job to kill, to steal, and to destroy. And he will do everything against you to make sure you don't get that miracle. If you look in the book of Daniel, God, you see where Daniel prayed, and God said, I had released your answer the very day you prayed, but I was met with opposition. Some satanic forces fought against releasing your answer in the natural realm. Watch this. You are going to realize your answer was released in the spiritual realm. And the demons have access to the spiritual realm. So that money is stuck in the spiritual realm. But God said, I'm going to release it in the natural realm. Don't think everything in God comes with a fight. If you're not fighting, you're not going to get your breakthrough. You have to be able to suffer a little while. You have to be able to fight. Paul said, the good fight of faith. And in your fighting, the devil is real. Demons are real. When God releases your miracle, Sister K-Ron, don't think the devil is going to let you see it come here that quick. I don't care how powerful a preacher is. That devil is going to intercept it. And we got to keep fighting it until the devil decides he cannot win and releases. He got to let it go. He has to let it go. Look at somebody and say, he has to let it go. Look at somebody else and say, the devil has to let it go. I don't care how long you've been before God for a particular thing. You don't see the answer yet. It seems as if the answer is not going to come, but let me tell you something. I'm going to keep telling you this. If God said it, if he said it, he's going to do it. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. Keep pressing. Paul said, I press towards the mark of the prize. It comes with a fight. It comes, and let me tell you something. The greater the fight, the greater the... I'm preaching the Audrey Nutrients today. Forget all y'all. The greater the fight, the greater the blessing. The bigger the fight, the bigger the blessing. The more devils that holding your stuff up in the spiritual realm, that should let you know what type of blessing. And I'm just going to be honest with y'all. God said, some of you have inheritance stuck up there. I'm looking at it. And folks ain't trying to let it go. But baby, you're going to have to fight. And God said, as you fight, those devils will be weakened. And they're going to have to let your inheritance go. God said, some of you have money that was left to you by loved ones. Some of you have stuff that's stuck up there. And God said today, I want to release it. What is the topic? Releasing the blessing. Look at somebody, say releasing the blessing. And God said he's going to release the blessings today. But when God released, y'all got to keep this in your mind when I'm gone. When God released Daniel's answer to the prayer, what did the angel say? Y'all don't know. The angel said, Daniel, as sure as you prayed, the Lord had released your prayer, your answer the very day. But it was held up for 21 days, fighting the prince of Grecia and the prince of Persia. These are demonic forces. What makes you think they're not going to fight you and fight and hinder your prayers? And some of you watch this, and I ain't trying to mess you up. You may never get the answer because you're not fighting. You're not fighting. And God said, I'm calling you to wage a war in the spiritual realm. I've already released your answer. But before it gets here, it was intercepted. I've already released your money. Some of you had money that was due to you, and you had a struggle getting it. Me and my wife had to pray for you. It's more than just one person, a couple of y'all. And some of y'all still have money held up. And some of y'all have checks out there and don't know you have it. We telling you you have checks. Yes. But God said, I'm going to release it today. Stand to your feet. I'm going to release what's yours today. I'm going to release your miracle today. I need somebody to get me another mic. Please, a good mic that's working. God said, I'm going to release unto your people this day your finances that's been held up, your inheritance that's been held up, everything that's been held up, blocked, stopped, hindered. God said, today it shall be released. Come on and put your hands together and give God some praise. And we're going to go into praying for some visitors in a few minutes. I'm going to bring my wife back. I don't know if she wants to collect her offering yet or pray for the folks yet. But I'm going to turn it over to her as somebody's getting me a mic. And we're going to proceed